everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today's Reiki is going to be a grief Reiki, and this topic is very close to my heart. I lost somebody a little over 3 years ago, and this is where I began this healing journey of helping myself heal, and now I'm wanting to share what I learned to help me heal with you. So this topic is very close to my heart. It is the reason that I created Healing with Love. It was to help people get through grief and help them understand a little bit of the process. Okay, so I'm going to begin with asking you to take 3 deep breaths from your root up to your crown. And I ask that you say, I accept this Reiki from Maricela Mendoza, out loud or in your head. I'm going to begin this Reiki with a little distance Reiki. So this, you receive this in all dimensions and all lifetimes. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to begin with a little bit of selenite, just to get that energy moving, clear out any blockages that we may have that is, getting us stuck. Sometimes one of the main blockages that we receive is in our throat, because we're not able to communicate exactly how we're feeling, or we're communicating in all the wrong ways. So what selenite does is that it helps clear that heart energy and that willpower in the soul, in the solar plexus, that willpower to heal, the will to survive, the will to keep going. This is what selenite helps us with. So let's clear out. And I'm using this selenite today because it almost looks like the little kingdom to heaven. And that's what we want to connect with. I want to connect with heaven, and we are going to say a little invocation to Archangel Azrael, who specializes in grief, comforts the dying, the grieving, helps our loved ones cross over. Archangel Azrael, please comfort us now. Please help us to heal. Please lift our hearts above the heaviness and help us realize the blessing that this situation holds. Please help us release any fears and connect us to our beloved in heaven. We ask that you infuse our connection with energy so that we may clearly communicate with him or her. We know that our loved one is nearby and that you can watch over both of us. Thank you, Azrael. We are grateful. Okay, so clearing out all that energy, we're going to do the root, clear out that root, that fear of losing that anger of loss, clear that out. The will to survive, clear that out. Let's get the energy flowing through. Okay, into the throat. Now this connects us to the crown. Selenite is great for connecting to the crown. And what selenite is going to do is going to help you understand why this happened. Many of us ask, why? Why? And selenite helps you understand why. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is in divine order. Okay. Then we move on to amethyst and citrine, sorry. Selenite and citrine. Now amethyst clears the blocks, helps move through loss, and together with citrine, it gives us the will to move forward. So, okay. Now some great ways some techniques that I use to help me heal. One of the best ones that I think helped me very much was the frequency of 432 Hz. You can find this on YouTube. You can Google search. What I did is I created a playlist of all my favorite songs tuned into 432 Hz. So anytime I wanted to listen to music, I'd listen to that. And I also did binaural beats as well. Now, we're going to move on to the green stones. Now, the green stones are your heart chakra. So we've got amethyst. We're going to begin with amethyst. And this is going to require a lot of stones, so we might be here for a little bit. But this is no joke. Send this healing love to you. Aventurine assists us in letting go. It helps our heart heal. Green jade speeds the healing process. Meditation helps. Journaling definitely helps. Art, take up painting, take up an art class. Anything that gets you creative, it's you're channeling that grief and transmuting it into something positive for others to relate to and understand. That's green jade. Speeds the healing. Emerald. Emerald is one of the best heart healing stones. It helps to remove negative thoughts that replay in your head. You know, those thoughts like, I want to be with them. Why did they have to go? What if I would have just did this? What if I would have just did that? This helps release those what ifs. This helps you, along with selenite, release the what ifs. It helps you understand why it happened. Remove desert rose, which is a form of selenite. It is great to mix with emerald. Okay. Moving on. Now, we want to communicate our grief. And a great one to communicate our grief, and it also calms the depressive and agitated states, is blue lace agate. It's very soft stone. Helps us to communicate from the heart, not from an angry place. Along with aquamarine. Aquamarine can help powerfully to release grief. Frankie, sorry, my dog is doing some stuff. Okay. Aquamarine helps to release grief into the universe, along with turquoise and blue lace agate. It helps us to communicate our grief in a healthy manner. Helps us to understand that everybody grieves differently. So let's say you're grieving and you don't like how somebody else is grieving. Everybody grieves differently and at their own time and pace. Thank you, stones. Larimar. I love Larimar. It's another beautiful stone of joy and peace. It helps with grief. It can bring us closer to the angels, and they help us to send love from their realms, and it helps us to let go of the past. It helps us, along with the previous stones, the emerald. Larimar is a great stone to go along with emerald, to let go of the what ifs, let go of what we could have done to change the past, the regrets. It helps us to release the regrets. Okay, moving on to moonstone. Moonstone helps us soothe our emotions. It helps with grief because it balances the emotional body as well and allows us to let go. It is also the stone of optimism. It helps us see the brighter side of things, knowing that our loved ones are never gone. No one ever really dies. Energy just transfers. So, like when we reach that fifth dimensional energy, we can be anywhere at any time, even see through the eyes of others. So sometimes you'll meet somebody during this process and you say, whoa, that guy reminds me, or that woman reminds me of my mom or my dad or whoever we would have lost. And we feel this sense of deep connection with them. That is your loved one coming through another to connect with you. All you got to do is be open to receiving that. Okay, thank you, Moonstone. Now, rose quartz. Oh, rose quartz. This is the ultimate stone. Heals the heart of the past and present pain, calms us and fills us with love. It encourages us to stay open-hearted and not be angry and upset at the world when we're trying to move through grief. This is a perfect stone to wear around your neck. If you can find a small one, a small necklace of rose quartz, I highly suggest it. Rhodonite, great crystal for repressed grief or denial. Sometimes we just can't even believe it has happened, and that denial slows down the healing process. It's about acceptance. So what rhodonite does is it helps us move through the process and helps us to see the truth. It brings grief out of hiding into the surface to be experienced and released, allowing us to move on. All these stones have so many amazing healing properties, and this is one of the best ones for healing a broken heart. Rhodonite. Highly recommend rhodonite. Moving on to pink tourmaline. I only have a little tiny one, but it still works. Pink tourmaline. Its energy is soft and loving. It's an uplifting stone. It relaxes and helps you feel secure. Helps you to know that your loved one is there next to you. Helps you to open your heart to their messages, their synchronicities, along with labradorite. That is a great stone for synchronicity. See if I have it here. Yes, I do. Here we go. Synchronicities. We do desert rose or selenite, and we do labradorite, and then we do the pink tourmaline to open our hearts and receive the messages from our loved ones. So we receive to our hearts, receive from the universe into our hearts, receive from our hearts. And sometimes during grief we can be easily taken advantage of because we want to open our hearts and heal so badly. But we have to be discerning who you let into your life during this process, because you may be easily taken advantage of by others during this process. They might use your loved one as a way to get into your life. And sometimes we want to connect with those that were connected to our loved one. And in that process, we let in people that we would not have normally let into our lives. So it's about discerning and really listening from your heart and your mind and your gut, all in unison. And it will tell you the truth of people's intentions. Okay. Moving on. Prinite and rhodochrosite. Such a beautiful stone. It's almost like a neon. It looks like lemonade. And then we got rhodochrosite. Now, these are great for dreaming, connecting with your loved ones in your dreams to help you. In our dreams, we heal. We do heal subconsciously on the astral level in our dreams. And this helps us to connect with our higher self to help us to move through this grief. It helps us to connect to our loved ones to move through this grief. From my heart to yours. This is also great for if you are usually the one that's always helping others during their grief process. It helps you to move through your grief process. Okay, moving on. We're doing morganite. Actually, we're going to do Kunzite and morganite. This is for self-love, to let us know that we are okay being alone. If we lost a lifelong partner, it's okay to be alone. They're never going to leave our side. The way that time works in the 5D is a split second compared to Earth. So to them, being by your side for the rest of your earthly life is like a split second to them. They have no problem guiding you every step of the way. Just be open to receiving their messages, their synchronicities, the numbers, through music, through electronics. They guide you. They remind you that they are there. Moving on. Deopt Ice and Shiitake. We're going to move with Deopt Ice first. Forgiveness. This helps us forgive and let go of guilt, blaming others for someone's death. Deopt Ice is great for forgiveness. Blaming your loved one if it was a suicide. This is great if it was an accident that, alcohol related or any type of thing where you need to forgive them for leaving. This is the perfect stone, Deopt Ice. I highly recommend this one. Forgiveness is key to opening your heart, to healing. Forgiveness is key to healing. It is key to healing. Forgiveness is key to healing. Let it go. Everything happens for a reason. You will understand that. It is the divine order of things. We all have our exit points. It's how we choose to leave. What will the impact be? Will it teach people lessons? Will it be at the right time when that person needs the growth? Or maybe they just completed their mission and they were ready to go. And that was the exit time. That's what Deopt Ice helps us to do, to forgive. Forgive anybody involved. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. Let go of regrets. Let go of the what ifs. Cry. Release it. Let it out. Hydrate. Meditate. Pray. It works. I am proof that it works. Okay. Now we're moving on to, put it in my bag. There it is. Okay, Shiitake and Malachite gives the courage to move forward, as well as learning from this grief and teaching others how to move through it as well. It's the master teacher master teacher stone, Shiitake, and it is teaching us to heal this death, this grief. It's teaching us how to heal, how to move forward, how to live life to our fullest, how to let go of regrets, how to follow our dreams. It's teaching us this death. They left so that we may live, so that we may learn to live, to not take this life for granted. Follow your mission and your path. Malachite. It's a great healing stone for the heart. One of the best, one of the most ancient. It has been used for centuries and centuries for heart healing, for grief healing, for breakups, for letting go. From the universe out to you. Bring in the energy. And then we're going to do one more. This is Unakite. Now what Unakite does, it's for addiction. It helps us heal without the crutch, without the unhealthy coping mechanisms that sometimes we do when we lose somebody. We don't want to feel. So we drink, we take drugs, we have unhealthy coping mechanisms that help us forget. This helps us to feel again. This helps us to release that so that we can feel again. Because we need to feel it in order to learn from it. If we can't feel it, we don't learn. we're releasing all this blackness, this stagnant energy, this darkness from you that has kept you in this grief cloud for a long time. We're using tourmaline to cut any of that out. Throw it out. Get it out. Release all that. Release all that darkness. Let's see the light. Let's release that grief. Let's get into the light. Once again, I highly suggest 432 HZ. Binaural beats, frequencies, music, meditation, prayer. I know at the beginning when we hear everything happens for a reason, we just want to kick somebody, but it really does. I would not be on this journey with you guys right now had I not lost somebody very close to my heart. And that was my catalyst to really immerse myself in this healing practice, in this, really throw myself out there, put myself out there. I had to let go of a lot of fear and a lot of, what would people think about this? But you were more important than that fear. All of you out there are more important. And I love you all. And love is the most powerful force in the universe, and it heals. And I send you this healing energy from the universe to you. Breathe it in. Cry it out. Release it. Drink lots of water. Hydrate. Love. We're going to close this out with a little bit of desert rose to remind us, to connect us to the universe, so we could understand why this had to happen. And I'm bringing out Apache Tear, the final, ultimate stone for healing. It's great for protection. It's the ultimate grief stone. It's a black obsidian, and its name came from a Native American legend where the Apache they fought bravely and were outnumbered, and rather than be captured, they jumped off the cliff to their deaths. And the distraught women in their lives of the tribe cried dark tears of grief, which fell to the earth and created these beautiful stones to help you heal, to remind you that the loss is not in vain. Learn. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for watching.